Hello and welcome to Running the Table, the podcast where we run through everything on the table in the world of sports. And Tim,
How about them Cowboys?
that's right, we got our wild card recap of the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tim is very clearly amped about the Cowboys' big win, so let's get into it.
Let's run it.
The Dallas Cowboys silenced all the haters and shut down Raymond James Stadium with a 31-14 victory at Tampa Bay. The man of the
Don't ask them to
moment.
kick extra points.
Yeah, more on that later, but the man of the moment, Dak Prescott, we said that he just needs to stay out of his own way and stop tripping over his own 2 feet. He did none of that. He was 25 of 33 for 305 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he added 1 on the ground. A 5-touchdown day leading to 31 points and should have been 35, but a certain 4 points were left off the board in the only blemish in what was a really well played Cowboys victory.
I've never seen that before. I've never seen anything like that before.
Me neither.
Like we've seen kickers miss multiple field goals in a game. We've seen
it's like watching Mason Crosby go 0 for 5 on field goals.
But at least like some or majority of those were like 40 and beyond. But these were extra points to be gimmies.
Big man Brett.
That's just not supposed to happen.
No.
But because it wasn't windy. It wasn't the conditions were fine. He just shanked him again and again. My favorite thing was watching Peyton Manning's reaction after the third one right before half. He just got up and went.
Yeah, little did he know there was going to be one more. There's the fourth extra point to miss.
There is another.
All right, Yoda, you want to talk about the other side with Tom Brady and the disappearance of the Buccaneers offense? Blanked in the first half, 14 points in the second half. What was a really abysmal showing. Tom Brady threw 66 passes in the game. That's pretty much all the Bucs have done all year.
What did I say, though? Where's the run game? Non-existent. I mean, Rachaad White did pretty well. Leonard Fournette did god-awful, but they also just didn't give him very many opportunities, and part of the reason was they were playing behind the whole game. So you got to pass the ball.
12 carries in between the two of them, 7 to Rachaad White, 5 to Leonard Fournette. Like you said, Rachaad White was a little bit more efficient, but I mean, credit to the Cowboys defense. They really stepped up and made Tom Brady look all of 45, 46 years old.
I'm gonna be honest though, he's still like pretty darn good throwing the ball. I mean, there was one in the second half there. It was probably the fourth quarter where he dropped it literally almost perfectly into Mike Evans' hands. It was maybe half a stride out in front of him that just bounced right off of Evans' hands. But I mean, it would have been a difficult one to catch. I think he should have laid out for it. But the Buccaneers offense, once again, as we pointed out, just looked one-dimensional. And they threw the ball. They threw the ball a lot. But when you're facing the Cowboys defense is built to defend that. They have the pass rushers and they have the secondary to allow you to pass the ball again and again and again, and they will find ways to beat you. And they did.
They very much did. And I think the thing that we have to talk about now is the future.
Try to bring back whether or not Tom Brady.
Yep.
It's like whether or not he's going to come back.
To talk about Tom Brady's future. That is very much up in the question. And if you saw the post-game press conference, that was very, very cryptic towards the end. It was very much like, thank you for everything that you guys have done for me. Like, the respect that you've given me has made this like so enjoyable, almost like a goodbye. And people are already speculating. Will he go to the Raiders, the Dolphins,
what can we really
the Niners,
believe now
the
at
Jets?
this point? I mean, he already retired, and yet he's still here. So I'm almost hesitant to, regardless what decision comes out first, I don't know when I'll really believe it.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe we'll be making 2 more videos about Tom Brady retiring and unretiring.
You never know. He likes being in the news. What can I say?
Well, we already made episodes about him last season. Let's see if the carousel restarts again. But Tim, do you have anything else about this game?
The one final thing that I would like to say is about these Dallas Cowboys. Can we please stop pretending that Ezekiel Elliott is still better than Tony Pollard? Tony Pollard is just playing so much more efficient, and he's so much more of a two-way player. Please just give him more touches. I know that Zeke's still like your big money guy, but Tony Pollard's where it's at. If you ride him to the end of the playoffs, who knows where it can take you. He's a talented dude.
And how far the Cowboys will go is TBD, but they have a very daunting task next week in the divisional round, going to Santa Clara to play the San Francisco 49ers. And on the other side, Tom Brady, a lot of questions with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But that's all we have for the final wild card recap. It's really fun doing these shorter episodes. We're on to the divisional round where we will be predicting and breaking down all of those games and so much more. But if you like what we do and you want to see more from us, like and subscribe. And until next time, we out.